Welcome to Help Desk with Joe, and with me, as always, Justin and Joe here at the Patch Studios in Spencer, West Virginia. And this is Help Desk Show 71, so we're plugging right along, gentlemen.
We're making progress.
Yeah.
And yet we are still haven't been kicked off of the air, so I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I'll take it.
I'll take it as a really good scenario. So it could be worse, I guess. But I mean, since we're climbing up the numbers and got the show 71, and as always, Joe, you're bringing good stuff here for regular people, businesses, regional corporations. So you guys do a lot with A&M Digital Technology, and then what I really enjoy is the weekly updates of what's happening new in the tech world. Even though I'm not very tech savvy, I feel like you take good care of me to keep me in the know.
I try to make the world of technology a little easier to tolerate.
Yeah.
The soapbox, I like that. Reminds me that yeah, maybe I need to think about some of these things, like security stuff. Joe on his soapbox.
Two-factor authentication, check.
I'm gonna say you guys just like poking the bear and watch me get riled up because you know it's not a very hard job to do.
Well, when you deal in technology and you still have this generation, the boomer generation, that doesn't, I hate to say doesn't care a whole lot, but I mean honestly, I don't care a whole lot. We've talked about it before, but it's the little things, like even going, like people are like, oh, Big Brother is watching you. I'm like, yeah, if they want to track me to Walmart and back and forth from the after school programs and so forth, have at it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't live that kind of life, and I don't know too many people that do live that kind of life that somebody
Right.
needs to spy on them.
Right. That's like last weekend we took a weekend trip to North Carolina. That's the most exciting thing we've done in
Yeah.
a year and a half. So
Yeah.
So if you want to track us and see where all I ordered on DoorDash and where all we went on the trip, by all means, just ask me and
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
Yeah, you got so much going on. And that's what, the crazy part is, I always laugh and giggle because the people that are most concerned about it, in my opinion, probably lead the most boring lives. I'm like, really? You think somebody really cares that you're going to Walmart for the fourth time this week? I don't buy that.
That or the ones that have the most IoT Internet of Things devices in their home, the cameras, the Echoes. They have more IoT gadgets than I have,
Yeah.
and that's saying something. And then they're the ones that's most paranoid.
Yeah. So anyway, that's my soapbox for the morning. Thank you, Justin. You were supposed to alleviate everybody out there in cyber world of that punishment, but you did not.
Sorry, world.
All right. So anyway, you got some good technology news updates for us, Joe. Number one, HBO Max.
Yeah, actually.
And you've talked about this before, right?
This is something. Well, we've talked about HBO Max before, but this is something completely different for
Really?
HBO Max. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Actually,
Well-
all of today's spoiler alert, all of today's stories are good news stories.
Nice.
Yeah.
Doesn't always happen because a lot of times the technology, bad stuff happens like viruses and so forth. But
Yeah, because
good stories.
Justin and I was talking before the show about another small town got hit with ransomware.
Really?
Yeah, well, that was a couple weeks ago, 4th of July, a small town in Maryland got hit by Russian hackers and pretty much shut the whole city building down for a few days or weeks.
Huh.
It showed footage of them using the one typewriter that they had there in the office and writing stuff by hand. And
Well, you know what? For a small town, they might be like, yeah, all right, good.
yeah, you might be able to
We
get
we need a
by
little
with
break anyway.
that. Yeah.
We can handwrite some bills.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Joe was saying that's happened in West Virginia multiple times. Wood County
Yeah.
a year or so ago, where they had to have Work County handle their payroll because everything was frozen up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
It
a
definitely
mess.
disrupt people's lives big time.
Yeah. Joe, break out the checkbook. We got to pay people. We're not going to be able to print them off the computer. Although it's, with Patch, we do direct deposit, so that would be rough.
Yeah.
And we hire a lot of people.
Right.
For people that don't know, we have probably 50 full-time employees, around 100 part-time employees, and 40 or 50 high school, college kids. So, yeah, I could see Denise starting to sweat a little bit if, something happened with our system.
No, poor Denise. I think she'd be in full-on panic.
Well, people got to get paid.
Right. Well,
And they work hard, so I always,
Yeah.
like they need their money.
Yeah. Plus, the thing of it is, a lot of people don't realize you guys patch covers multiple counties.
Yeah, yeah.
So this wouldn't be a Roane County thing. This would be a multiple county issue.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's just people in childcare, man, they work hard. So it'd be a bummer to not be able to pay them in an adequate manner.
Yeah, hats off to them. That's
gosh,
that's a tough job.
Hint, hint, technology guy. If our stuff gets in a bad way, it's gonna be rough, Joe.
You won't. I put it this way: you won't be the only one crying. You'll be in good company.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, Justin, I remember we talked about HBO Max and something about the fees a couple months ago.
Yes.
Anyway, good news stories. HBO Max, lay it on us, Joe.
Okay, so HBO Max is starting to stream full episode pilots on Snapchat.
What?
Yeah, I just caught you guys both.
What?
I'm getting
What?
I'm getting deer in the headlight looks all across the room here. Okay.
Yeah, you think a Snapchat is 5 seconds or something, but this, you can watch a whole episode
what?
on there.
So
how's that happen?
So HBO Max has a new way for people to check out its library of content. Starting yesterday, you can watch pilot episodes of select series, including Game of Thrones, Lovecraft Country, and Gossip Girl on Snapchat, and do so while chatting with up to 63 other people at the same time. So you can create a watch party in Snapchat.
This brings multiple questions.
Okay.
Why 63? Why not 65? No, not 60. How do you get 63?
Snapchat's rules.
I just mean, that's so crazy. Why 63 exactly?
Yeah.
Not 65.
No. Nothing 64.
That just throws off my whole kilter of, why can't we just have like even numbers of whatever?
Okay, I think I have an answer.
Ooh, okay.
Okay, so based on technology, algorithms, and numbers, 64 is one of those base numbers.
Mm-hmm.
So the total would be 64. So you would be one of them as the host,
gotcha.
And 63 of your friends.
Ah, so 64 is the real number.
Yes.
That makes me feel better. Good thing you're the smart one in this room, Joe.
Oh boy, we're in trouble.
Yeah, where we at on that one, Justin?
So the ability to watch HBO Max content through Snapchat comes courtesy of the Minis functionality, which is something I had no idea. I'm not a Snapchatter, so I had no idea what it meant.
I don't have Snapchat either.
That Snap introduced in June. The tool allows third-party developers to offer pared down versions of their apps within Snapchat. So you can start the HBO Max Mini by tapping on the rocket icon in chat or using the search feature.
Hold on.
Okay.
Is this something that, they developed while they were in space? One of the 3 billionaires?
I don't think so.
I just assumed that's why it had to be a rocket. Like, hey guys, we're going to space, and by the way, when we get back, Snapchat can stream HBO. You're welcome.
I saw a video last night making fun of that whole space launch. I won't discuss it on the air.
There's so much there.
Oh, yes.
It's crazy. These 3 clowns shoot themselves into space. They could have solved world hunger.
Yeah.
I mean, literally could have solved world hunger with the amount of money it took.
Is this
for 11 minutes or something like that?
Yeah.
In space for 11 minutes?
Yeah.
Is this going back to our discussion last week of for a cup of coffee a day?
I don't even want to talk about it. I mean, jeez, I'm just thinking we could have, solved world hunger. We could have pumped that money into education. There's so many good uses. We could have fixed the slip out on Route 33.
Right.
I mean, but instead, these clowns need 7 minutes of, wait-free time.
Get to wear a cool spacesuit and fly around.
Yeah. And do a little press conference afterwards.
Yeah.
Huh.
Which I didn't partake in any of it. I just saw some pictures on Yahoo or my news page. Anyway.
Back to the HBO.
Yeah, thanks for the rocket that I did into that one, Joe.
So to access the HBO Max Mini, you have to tap the rocket icon in chat or use the search feature to find it. Before you can see a list of available episodes, the app will ask you to verify your age. And it's absolutely free. You do not have to have an HBO Max subscription to watch. But the Mini will prompt users over the age of 18 to sign up for the service. Once the session is underway, up to 63 other people can join one, and you can chat with everyone else watching the episode and share Bitmoji reactions.
Wow. Hard to imagine this watch party in real life, but maybe somebody's actually going to get together a big group of people and do this.
I agree with you, Justin. I'm sitting there saying, why?
Yeah.
Why do you have to go into Snapchat to watch HBO?
If it was, I could picture if this, when Game of Thrones was at its height and people were going crazy about it, that people would want to be able to have a snap or like a window going where everyone could have reactions in real time.
I guess.
People might think that was cool. Like, oh my gosh, this just happened.
Yeah.
Emoji.
But you're all watching it, so everybody knows it just happened.
But for a show that's
been around,
its peak has been gone for.
I wonder, is
years
this
now, like,
to get younger people to watch Game of Thrones?
No, I think this is to help drive more users to their content, because here it's kind of the lure them in and then hook them kind of deal. Okay, you can watch all of the original content, the pilot episodes, for absolutely free on Snapchat. Oh, you really like that show? $15 a month, and you can watch the whole thing.
I think Snapchat's all kids, though.
Well, yeah.
They're not going to be able to pay $15 a month. Their parents have to do it for them.
Well, but
Yeah.
HBO doesn't care. They don't care who the money comes from. As long as they get $15 a month, they could care less.
That's craziness. The whole world's on its head. We got knuckleheads flying into space and HBO Max on Snapchat.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they're gonna continue doing this and do new shows that come out, the pilot. But I don't know. Game of Thrones just seems like such an old show that doesn't seem like it would drive a ton of people to Snapchat. But
Right. Well, I just found it interesting, though, that they're actually taking this approach of basically letting some of their content library on Snapchat, of all places, absolutely free.
Yeah, I agree with you, Joe. I don't understand the basis and why Snapchat.
Yeah.
Is there HBO and Snapchat have some sort of relationship?
As far as I know, they don't.
So they just made a deal.
Yeah.
And said, hey, throw this on Snapchat because kids will like it.
Yeah.
And I read the books, so I never watched any of the things. Aren't they pretty sexually explicit?
Yeah, I think it was very adult driven.
Yeah. And now they're going to throw it out for kids.
maybe not the pilot though. I don't remember, but maybe we make it through the whole pilot without any sort of.
Justin's going on Snapchat and he's going to watch it. So report back next week, Justin.
Yeah, Snapchat's getting one new user.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah, it worked.
And then he's going to be like, HBO Max, I'm in.
Yeah, I wonder what other sort of little mini apps work through Snapchat.
I don't know. This is going to be interesting. Now that I know this is available. Actually, I think I finally uninstalled Snapchat the other day off of my phone because I never use it.
Huh.
Test it out.
I'm not getting it. I'm just telling you right now. I don't care how it goes down. I'm not gonna be a Snapchat person. So you guys can do your streak somewhere else.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Drives me crazy. I see the kids.
Okay, so I'm completely in the dark on this. What is a streak?
Oh, jeez.
Because when I hear the streak, I'm thinking Ray Stevens. So.
Yeah. No. So you get on Snapchat, and it has you do streaks if you send a picture to the same person.
Okay.
Consecutively.
Okay.
Like you're in a week, 7 days of a streak. Then,
okay.
Some of the kids go up to like 500-600 days of a streak.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And it's stupid stuff. Like they just, in my opinion, they just send like a picture. They just take a quick picture of half their face, or a rock or something, and send it. Or a line. They'll draw a line on a picture and send it, and streak. And Snapchat tracks it for you and says, "Oh, this is day 37 of your streak." With this person, and then that person likes it, which gives them the streak on their end. So it's a tally, and mind-numbing tallying game.
Yeah,
it's kind of genius, really.
I mean, it's got kids hooked. It's got kids hooked. They check it every day.
Yeah. So I have to use this app every day.
Every day. Yep. So it's funny. So that's what they do.
Apparently, I'm not cool enough to know that.
And parents, and parents out there listening, Snapchats. I mean, this is 10 years old. I don't know, 10 years old news, I guess. But kids figured out, because the whole thing with Snapchat is you took a picture, the person opens it, they look at it for a couple seconds, the picture disappears. Mm-hmm. But kids got smart enough to forward their stuff to another person who would then quick screenshot it if it was something juicy.
Yeah.
And then they'd have that picture forever.
Yeah.
And then I guess you could start doing videos, little video clips.
Yeah, and then Snapchat started notifying you, hey, so-and-so took a screenshot.
Yeah.
So then you at least know that if...
yeah, you at least know that what you did is now permanent.
Yeah.
Which... Anyway, kids are pretty savvy with that stuff, so...
Oh, yeah, if you want to test the the security of anything, either hire a professional hacker or a 15-year-old kid.
Yeah, 12-year-old kid now.
Yeah.
Maybe even less, 9.
Yeah. Well, I did see a few years ago where a 3-year-old boy figured out how to bypass Xbox's parental controls.
Really?
Yeah. And his dad was a software developer and walked in, and his son pulled something up on Xbox that was completely age inappropriate.
Yeah.
And his dad told him, he said, "Son, I'm not mad at you, but please show me how you did that." He said, "Well, Dad, I just did this." And he just kept hitting buttons. When it came to the password prompt, he figured out that if you clicked the controller, it didn't matter which buttons you clicked, like 90 times.
Yeah.
It would like override the password and let you right on in.
No way.
Yeah, so his dad contacted Microsoft, and Microsoft actually put the boy's name on their website as a contributor to their security.
Oh, gosh.
I was like, wow.
Jeez. Well, I mean, give credit where it's due, I guess.
Yeah.
So anyway, Justin, HBO Max on Snapchat.
Yes.
Parents, be aware if your kid comes by asking for HBO Max, you can thank Snapchat.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wonder. I mean, if they don't have any sort of parental control over that, but any sort of programming they decide, they're not.
Yeah, HBO itself hasn't been known for its family-friendly content.
Yeah.
So, well, other than they did buy Sesame Street, but I just don't think that they're going to air the 1970s pilot of Sesame Street on there. Just for some reason, I just don't think they will. I mean, I could be wrong, but for some reason, I think there's more people wanting to watch the pilot of Game of Thrones than the pilot of Sesame Street.
So, good news about Dropbox.
Yes.
Dropbox. Now, we used to use Dropbox, but we switched to OneDrive.
Yes.
But I like Dropbox. It worked. It did its job well for us.
Yes. So Dropbox is now making automatic camera uploads available to all free users. So this is coming in response to Google taking away its unlimited free photo storage. Dropbox is introducing a variety of new features across its product stack. Of all the tweaks the company announced this week, the most intriguing one involves automatic backup utility for photos you take with your phone. Most notably, starting this week, the functionality is now available to all basic users. That includes those with just the free service. Free, 2 gig, 5 gig storage. You're included on that. So the company says it also...
I like how you kind of asked, or you had a questioning tone as if I might have any idea.
Well,
you were looking at me when you said it.
Well,
just
I
for
thought
everybody
you had
out
the
there,
answer,
you were
Dave.
making eye contact with me and kind of, like 5, 10 gigs. Like, I got an IT guy. He tracks all that. I don't know anything.
Dave's not spending his evenings monitoring
Dropbox
storage
prices.
spaces.
Evenings, mornings, midday, anytime. I have zero idea of how much Dropbox or OneDrive or whatever we're using capacity is. I know whatever computer program or whatever backup system we're using now, Joe. Every once in a while, you'll say, "Hey, you're kind of full. We got to delete some stuff or whatever."
Oh yeah, speaking of which, I need to talk to you about that off air.
I don't even know what it's called, so you know.
Yeah, I need to talk to you about that off air.
Oh,
So.
jeez. Look what you started, Justin.
Well, no, I meaning to remember, but I keep forgetting. I also got a couple other things I need to run by you after off air.
Boy, here we go. I'm doing 2-factor authentication, I swear.
Where the reports I'm seeing are saying different.
Different. All right, Dropbox.
Okay,
Sorry.
so I have their plans pulled up. So the free plan gives you 2 gigabyte of storage. The plus plan, which is $9.99 a month, gives you 2 terabyte of storage. Or you can bump it up to the family plan of 2 terabyte for $16.99 a month. So this feature functionality is now available on iOS, and Android is coming soon. Lastly, there's a new option to tell Dropbox to delete a photo from your phone after it's been uploaded to the cloud to save on phone storage. Notably, these features come after, of course, when Google recently announced that they were going to stop offering free unlimited storage of its photo service.
You know, I believe this is what's going on with my phone.
Your storage getting full?
It says move your data to OneDrive because Samsung Cloud something or another. So yeah, so it's wanting me to move my stuff to Samsung Cloud or Microsoft OneDrive because something's happening with Samsung. Does that make sense?
I might have to look at that after the show.
I know. It's been on my phone. It won't go away. Well, it went away, so I looked at it. Anyway.
But yeah, if
something's happening on July 30th. I remember seeing the date and it said you need to back up your stuff somewhere else because on July 30th this option changes.
Oh, I have not heard that.
Yeah, I don't know. So, I got an IT guy. He'll worry about it.
So if you are looking for a Google Photos backup alternative, check out Dropbox, and they if you have an iPhone, it's already available. Android's coming soon. That will automatically back up your photos that you've taken with your camera on your phone, and I'll have to worry about manually backing them up.
So is that, what do you do with your stuff, Joe?
I back mine up to Google Photos.
What do you recommend somebody look at? Like if you're, so let's have the conversation now.
Okay.
So I have photos on my phone. As far as I know, I'm not backing them up to anything in the cloud.
And now the
blood
ulcer starts and
blood pressure just went up.
Yeah.
But I mean, so I know there's like Shutterfly because I've loaded some photos up to Shutterfly and we've made little books for people, for ourselves for like event memories and stuff. Of course, Facebook. I feel like Facebook stores my photos.
Well, they don't store them in original high resolution quality.
Right, but I mean, like for everything that we do with Patch, I load them up to our Patch Facebook page. And then I feel like I don't have to worry about them, so I delete them off my phone.
Right.
But for personal stuff, what do you feel? What would you recommend to somebody out there that says, "Well, that's in my shoes. Don't know a lot about it. Don't really care a whole lot, but it would be nice to have some photo storage."
Well, honestly, Dave, I think you're paying for Google One, aren't you? Paying for the Google Drive for the online storage. I think you are.
Okay.
So, in your
2
particular.
terabytes? I mean, that's a ton of space.
In your particular situation, just tell your phone to start backing all your photos up through Google Photos and be done with it.
Okay, problem solved. That's why I have a technology guy.
But regardless of iOS or Android, always have. You've heard me preach this before. Always have a backup plan of your data.
And here comes the soapbox.
Yes. Let me knock the dust off here. It's been a couple of weeks. iOS, about the easiest way to do it is it comes with iCloud. You get so much storage for free.
Right.
I think it's like 5 gigabytes. And then it's like a couple bucks a month. You can bump it up to like 50 gig. Right. And that backs up your contacts, your photos, stuff like that. And then if your phone crashes, you just log in and poof, everything's there.
Right.
And same thing with Android. For your photos, Google Photos, I think even Amazon. If like you have an Amazon Prime membership, you can use their photo service to back up your photos.
Yeah, I have Amazon Prime.
But I think you may have to do it manually.
Where do you go to find like that? Where's the Google photo thing?
In the App Store. Just download. It may already be installed, but just look up Google Photos and.
Okay, I'm gonna check it out while we're talking here on air just to see where I'm at.
Just a little bit of pushback, devil's advocate, Joe. What percentage of these photos do we ever look at again? So sometimes
I see. That's why I don't care a whole lot. I mean, some stuff would be nice, but
sometimes I wonder why we're putting all this stuff in the cloud and using up storage space on some server somewhere for maybe 2 years from now. You might look at it and chuckle a little bit or say, yes, I remember that. But that's about it. It just doesn't seem like it necessarily, for some photos, that it's really worth it.
Justin, I have to agree wholeheartedly.
But you can't just delete them, so you end up just putting them there.
Right. So it's kind of double-edged sword. I've had Google Photos for years, so it is. And I just kicked my phone off there. So, like for example, just this morning, I got a notification Google Photos. Hey, check out these photos from 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And I was going through there, and there was pictures of Sadie when she was really little.
Yeah.
So she and I sit there, and like I said, it was like 5 or 10 photos. And
well, I'm gonna say this now. Justin asked that like a total rookie.
No. I know where he's going with this.
Well, I'm just saying he doesn't have kids.
Well, but
when you have a toddler, by golly, you take a million photos.
Two different things.
Right, but I know exactly what he's talking about because I
Yeah.
have photos in my photo library that I've not deleted and they're just sitting out there. And I'm with you, and I agree wholeheartedly, Justin. There are some photos. Why are we wasting internet space and storage for that we will never ever look at again? And our photos, there's photos on my computer that I haven't looked at in 10 years or more. So,
well, you want to type it in?
I think, Justin, what it boils down to is growing up when we had to actually use actual film.
Yeah.
We was more conscious on what we took pictures of.
Oh yeah, because developing pictures costs so much money.
Yeah, and now that it literally costs us nothing, we're
why not?
Yeah, why not? Why?
Yeah, Justin, why not? It is kind of crazy though. I like where your stream of thoughts going because you think about all the useless information that's out there.
Yes.
That's stored somewhere.
Yeah, because I'm scared of all the useless information I have in my head, so I can't imagine all the.
Yeah, I just mean you know what I mean. I kind of agree with Justin there. I like where you're going here because man, what a conversation.
You're afraid to delete it because you're like, well, maybe someday I will want to look at it.
Well, when you
like
ask
kids
that
and stuff, that's different than like
right.
a picture of a
well when you asked that question, the first thing I thought of was all these people that take pictures of every meal they eat.
Oh yeah.
I guarantee you're not going to go back 10 years from now and go, boy, that was a pretty good steak I had that day. Yep. Man, it was awesome. It's like,
yeah. Well, I'm just thinking even with work, we take a lot of pictures here for work just to have for like 20 minutes. Hey, look at this real quick. And then you never use it again.
Right.
But it goes somewhere. And then now it's going to Google Photos. But, you know, even think of all the photos that are just sitting somewhere or information sitting somewhere. Because as I understand it, they're on a server somewhere, right?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
It's taking up power to keep all that.
That is a ton of information sitting.
Okay, case in point. Kim Kardashian has gone on record saying she takes hundreds of selfies a day to figure out which one's perfect for her to post online. So just
hold
think.
On. Time out.
No. This is going right down the line of Justin's train of thought of why are we wasting storage on.
Hey, I'm with you 100%. I just can't believe that's your example.
Well, it's a perfect example, though, of why are we wasting so much storage on hundreds of pictures of Kim Kardashian.
I guess here's
day.
Here's the real hard part for me to grasp here. We're on a technology podcast, and Kim Kardashian comes into the scene.
But you also just said all this useless information. So you opened a can of worms.
Yeah, I like it. Okay. Good point. Because if we're going to throw useless information out there, I feel like you hit a home run.
Yeah. I fair warned you that of all the useless information I had in my head.
Yeah.
So
you just let a little out.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Okay. Well, so it's out there somewhere.
Yeah.
100. Oh, geez.
Hundreds, or well, thousands at this point because she takes at least 100 a day.
Yeah. 7 days
so
a week.
Perfect example to Justin's case of why are we wasting so much storage for useless photos?
Oh gosh. That is interesting. I mean, there's got to be so much storage now. I'm just thinking of all the stuff that, we put out there that it's kind of like space junk. It's just out there.
Yeah.
Nothing you can do about it. It just keeps floating around. I don't know. Do you think people have their servers where they start to scrub them and clean them? Get rid of something that's old? But, I mean, I don't know. It's so hard to... How would you differentiate between important stuff and not important stuff?
Right. Well, I'm going to say at some point they don't because, one, they make money off of it, there's money on the back end to be made for keeping that data.
Yeah.
And two, you have a family member or a friend that dies, unless somebody goes and deactivates that account just stays out there forever.
Yeah, that's a great point. Someone passes away, and what happens to their information?
Actually, I had a lawyer friend of mine give me a printout one time on that. She's like, how do you handle your digital assets? I was like, what?
Yeah.
And she's like, your Facebook and your Twitter. I thought, well, I never thought about that. I thought, well, if I die, that's not my problem.
Yeah. At that point, you no longer care.
Yeah. She said, well, no. She said she said there's actually steps put in place. I was like, really? She said, yeah. And then it wasn't too long after that, a friend of mine hollered at me. She said, hey, my best friend's sister died.
Yeah.
she said she wants to take over her Facebook account. What do we have to do? And there's actually steps in place that these companies have for you to take over family members' social media accounts.
Well, you could really mess with somebody.
Well, no, you have. No, it's not a simple process. Like you have to produce death certificates.
No, I
like
just
that.
meant that you take over somebody's account that's passed away and start sending out little messages to people.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't give that a thought. Yeah.
I know what you did.
Yeah. Hi.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a simple hi can really creep people out.
Oh gosh, yeah. So and so liked the photo you liked. Be like, what?
Yeah.
I forget what we're even talking about now. We're so off track.
Useless information on the internet.
Okay, yeah. So actually, I got my phone going and hooked it up here, and it's loading up to Google.
Actually, this went all the way back to backing up
That was
photos.
Yeah, backing up photos. Anyway, so the next one was Instagram or something?
Yes.
All right, tell us about Instagram, Joe, now that we've went through Snapchat, HBO, and everything else that goes with that, including Kim Kardashian.
Yes. So Instagram now offers users more control over quote-unquote sensitive content in the Explore tab. So you can now adjust how strong the filter is for posts depicting things that like people fighting or adult content on Instagram. You can now have a little more control on what your Explore feed shows.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh, okay.
So Instagram's Explore tab can at times feel like the Wild West. There's literally anything and everything.
I don't know that I've ever used that tab.
I know I haven't, but apparently it's out there. So the feed shows recommended posts from accounts that you don't follow, but you never really know what you'll see. It might feature a photo, video, or a story that's potentially distressing, even if it doesn't break the platform's rules. So to mitigate this, Instagram is rolling out the sensitive content control option. The aim is to let you control how much sensitive content you see on your Explore feed and give you more control over how you use Instagram. You can adjust the filter by going to the app settings, then tap account, and then tap sensitive content control. And you can adjust it to limit even more, or you can turn the filter off, or you can just say allow and just open the floodgates.
I'm trying to figure out.
But here's something. But the good news is this option is not available to users under the age of 18.
Really?
Yes.
So what's the Explore tab look like?
I have no idea. I'm gonna assume it's at the bottom. I don't even have Instagram on my phone. Nope, you're on your own on this one, Dave.
I have Instagram for soccer stuff. But I don't know. So we have shop. We have reels, which I don't even know what reels is. Looks like movies. And search. Maybe it's the search button.
It might be.
And then I got home. So I don't know.
Or you may have to have the kids show you where the Explore button
That's
is.
what I'm gonna say. It's hard to tell. I'll go home and talk to my teenagers about it.
There you go.
Tell me something.
Yeah, I wonder, is this, what is distressing to you? You can let it know somehow. I don't want to see this type of thing or this type of thing. Or
Yeah, you can.
Next is the filter, right?
Yeah,
filters out, whatever. Or filters out or filters in?
It depends on which way you set it.
Okay.
So if you set it to limit even more, it's going to be even more stringent on.
Well, man, can you tell it I want more of this?
Yeah, you just set the.
I assume it does that.
Yeah,
anyway,
you just set it to allow and say, "Bring it on in, boys. Just bring the filthier the better."
Oh gosh, Joe, is that where your mind see? Get your
well,
mind.
That's what allow
get
means.
Your mind
that's what.
Out of the gutter. I was thinking like more soccer tutorial videos.
Okay, well,
like
soccer
that.
and tutorial videos should, unless the. Okay, so you're calling me the weirdo.
Yeah.
What type of soccer videos are you watching that it's being tagged as potentially explicit content?
Okay, that's true. I forgot about that part. I was just thinking if you could tailor it to more of what you like and less of what you don't like.
Well, that's
versus.
Well, it already does that automatically based on what you view in your search history.
I see that now because that's the parameters.
Right.
Jobs, anyways, to feed you more of what you want.
Right.
along with advertisements. Now that we've talked about so
now I'm wondering, Dave, what kind of soccer videos you're watching that you have to have this filter turned on.
Well, first of all, I can't find a filter. Second of all, I watch whatever pops up that involves soccer.
Yeah, just you heard that he can't find the filter.
Yeah, I'm on Instagram so little I don't know how it works anyway.
Well, you're on it more than I am, so.
It's funny though. I like it. I like Instagram for like there's a lot of college teams and stuff because my kids are climbing up, getting close to college age.
Right.
You can follow college soccer teams is what I'm doing now, and kind of see they post videos of their workouts and stuff like that. You can kind of get a sense of the culture of an entity.
Yeah.
By what they put on Instagram.
Absolutely.
And we were talking about this, I don't know, 6 months ago, about how a college recruiting tool can be used through Instagram just to kind of give you a sense of what that team is like.
Yes. What
the coach is like. But it's all going to be dependent on how good their Instagram person is.
Right.
Because that's what you see. That's essentially their advertising tool.
And it's the best marketing tool because it's free.
Yeah.
And as a parent or an end user, you feel like a more raw experience. Like it's not polished. It's not a TV commercial that you see the best of the best. Yep. You see real life.
Right, and this kind of popped up in the winter because we were like, it's COVID and stuff like that. But some of these teams were working out in gyms at their college, and doing these high-end drills. You're like, that's quality. That team is quality. The coach is good because they're doing these things.
Right.
And other ones were posting silly photo stuff. Like, oh, happy birthday to so-and-so, which is nice. But then it was more college kid oriented, I guess.
Right.
Kind of entertaining college kids.
Right.
Versus, skill level.
Right. Instead of a marketing deploy.
Right. More of a, less of a professional approach.
Right.
So those kind of things made me feel good, about the colleges that I was like, hey, you should check this out because they're doing good stuff.
Right.
Versus the other one. So, anyway. Interesting how that plays out. I mean, people that figure that out.
Yeah.
Can really do themselves some good in marketing and advertising.
If ran properly.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep. So, okay.
Yeah, if they don't have that, they're missing out on
a huge opportunity.
A good recruit that could be the thing that sway somebody one way or the other.
And the thing of it is, it's free advertising. You don't have to hire a professional TV crew. You don't have to print out 500 pamphlets. I mean, you don't have to go spend time in meetings and conference calls and all that. Just check out their Instagram feed, and that can tell a whole.
Find somebody who's savvy with social media to handle your image online.
Yeah, I was gonna say, get any college kid and say you're now our intern or a GA. Yeah. It's kind of neat to see, and that's I don't know. I mean, it's way better than what it used to be, being able to have that insight. And what I like is the consistency.
Right.
Like I check my Instagram once a month maybe, but I can still kind of go through. Oh yeah, this school's, got 4 or 5 posts and they're all quality.
Right.
So it wasn't just a one-off on the one I saw a month ago.
Because I was talking to a customer that just this week they just recently purchased a business, and they started taking over the social media feed, and I mean almost instantly there was a huge takeover. I mean, you could see people just interacting with the page, and I told them, I said, look, I know right now compliments are hard to find because you're starting out and everybody just dumping stuff on you all everywhere. I said, but I want to congratulate you on your social media presence. I said, you're doing what a lot of these businesses, and I'm not talking just locally, I'm talking nationwide. There's these Fortune 500 companies that doesn't do this. I said, you're using the social media platform like it's supposed to be. You have an outreach that, and obviously just by just the little posts, people are coming back for more. I said, you're doing exactly what you need to do. I said, there's another business we take care of, and it's just a little small hair salon in Spencer that they have over 1,000 followers.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And that's what I told them. I said, people don't realize this. That's free advertising. Yeah, I can buy an ad on TV or wherever, and so many people can see it, but I can make a post online and get just as many views and not have to spend a dime.
Yep. Yeah, and what's crazy, like for Patch, Facebook is our main thing.
Yeah.
You know, I was going to look and see how many people we have on ours.
Well, and you guys are another prime example of you guys post content every day.
Oh, yeah.
And people, when people hear content, they think, oh, you got to make a 5-minute video and this, that, and the other. No. You guys do something simple as a picture.
Just capturing what's going on every day. Yeah.
So in the last month, we've reached 9,700 people.
There you go.
And, you know, town has about 3,000 people. Our whole county only has 15,000.
Yeah.
And so we're reaching over 50%.
Yeah.
And then our post engagements are 4,700. So, you know, that's 1/3.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just did our 5K right there on the registration form. It's how did you hear about it? And if I flip through those things, it says Facebook over and over.
Yeah.
That's where people are hearing about the event.
Right. And so you guys are, like I said, a prime example. You guys are seeing the results. You know, you could have went and spent a bunch of money on advertising, but
and don't get me wrong, we still advertise with the local paper and stuff.
Right.
But that lasts 1 week.
Right.
You know, and it's paying out cash where our Facebook is free.
Right.
And it's reaching, 9,000 people.
Right. Yeah, and I'm not knocking the other, the paid advertising platforms, newspaper, TV, and radio and all that. I'm not knocking that a bit. Because you see results on that as well. I mean, I'm not going to be a fool and sit here and tell you, oh, you don't see any results on that.
Well,
it's a balancing act, but
social media is tricky.
Yeah.
Not everybody sees it.
Right.
Yeah, you don't want the person to not find out because they're not on Facebook. So you want that person that reads the paper too.
Exactly. Yeah, you have to.
Not everybody. It may seem like everyone's on Facebook.
Yeah, you have to have your hand. You have to have your hand in different pools to reach your message out, but
but if you're not doing the online thing, then you're totally missing out on a huge there.
Because you're reaching the newspaper crowd, which is great, but there's some people that don't read the newspaper, and how much money did it take for you guys to post that one post, just a single post, hey, we've got a 5K coming up.
Yep. Right. Interesting stuff.
I've got a little story to throw in.
Okay.
Just for fun.
Here we go.
Netflix is doing games. You guys hear about this?
What?
I heard something, but
into video games.
No way. Hold on. What do you mean?
Well,
like you go on Netflix and you play the video games, or they're developing like EA Sports or whatever that does games.
Netflix's expansion, new ways to draw subscribers. So yeah, it sounds like it'd be part of the subscription. They previously experimented with interactive programming, but there's like that Black Mirror series where you could like kind of play along with the show. Yeah, maybe do a Google on it. It sounds like it's going to be on the same app though, to me, just looking at it here.
Okay, so initially Netflix is going to start targeting mobile games. Hastings, which is Netflix's CEO, says that they're not expecting to nor planning to make a profit from any video game development or offerings. They're simply using them as a means of increasing the overall value of a Netflix subscription, since the platform's games aren't going to be separate or increased cost, at least yet anyway.
Interesting.
So I'm not quite sure why Netflix is getting in the gaming realm. Although I have an idea, and this is just me talking out loud. I'm wondering if this is kind of Netflix's beta test to see if there's any money to be made in gaming. Because I know Steam just is releasing a little handheld console deal that plays their video games.
Boy, I haven't heard about Steam forever.
So I'm wondering if Netflix is going on that, going, hey, these companies are making their own devices to get in the gaming world. Maybe we should dip our toe in and see what happens.
The idea is to offer video games on the streaming platform within the next year, and for no extra charge.
Wow.
Just throwing it out there for people to
Steam has it on their website. It's called Steam Deck.
Yes.
Yeah, it looks like the little...
Like a Nintendo Switch, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Huh. So this is going to be interesting. That's a good pick, Justin. This intrigues me. I don't know what their plan is. Because, I mean, obviously they're kind of keeping that close to the vest. But this will be interesting to see how it unfolds. Because there has to be an ulterior motive. There's no possible way that they're doing that just out of the kindness of their own heart. I mean, I love Netflix service, but there's something...
Who owns Netflix? It's not one of like the big companies like Amazon or something, right?
Not that I know of. Okay. No, Reed Hastings, co-founder and CEO of Netflix, owns it.
Okay.
Should we go to the last happy story of the day?
We're down to review.
Oh, it's a review of Sling TV?
Yeah. Oh, we did HBO Max, Instagram, and...
Dropbox.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we got them in. Okay, well.
Yeah.
You know what? When you're on your game, you're on your game.
Yeah, we just whizzed through them and didn't even realize it.
And I'm going to throw this out there. We still got a lot of distraction happening, but, you know. I feel like it went in a good direction.
Yeah, let's go with that.
All right, well, you got a review for us today, Joe. What are we talking about?
Sling TV.
Sling TV.
Yes.
And you've been with Sling TV for a while, right?
Yeah, I've been with Sling for a few years now.
Okay.
So, and I went back through the archives to make sure I hadn't already discussed it, but I haven't. So,
okay.
I know we've covered them in a lot of news stories. So, here's an actual review. So, Sling TV is one of your online streaming options compared to YouTube TV, Hulu Live, things like that. They have plans starting at $35 a month, and with those plans, you have three main options. You have what they call Sling Orange, Sling Blue, or both, and you can pick your choice on the starter plans, and those plans come with at least 32 channels for $35 a month. It comes with no contract. They have add-on packages, like if you want a certain set of channels, they have add-on packages. It comes now with a 50-hour DVR for free, or for an extra $5 a month, you can bump that up to 200 hours. And like I said, it has the add-ons as well. So for as low as $35 a month, you can get Sling TV.
So like the blue package has a certain group of channels, and then orange has a slightly different group of channels?
Yes.
And you can kind of say, it seems like, yeah, they break it up to where you're tempted to get both, orange and blue.
Yes.
Sure.
Or get...
It's like, well, I want ESPN and NFL Network, so I have to get both of these.
That, or get one plan and get the extras, go with the extras.
Okay.
Yeah, because they have... I'm looking here, like the orange has extra packages, the blue has extra packages that you can buy for sports, comedy, news, lifestyle, Hollywood, Heartland, kids. And some of them are as cheap as $6 a month extra. Plus you can also add on your premium channels like your Showtime, Stars, HBO, let me see. Hallmark, stuff like that.
So do you use the DVR feature?
Yes, yes. Actually, I've been with Sling for a few years now, and when they first started, they didn't have a free DVR option. If you wanted any DVR, you had to pay the $5 a month and got 50 hours. And then within the last couple of months, they bumped that up to the $5 a month, bumped that up to 200 hours. I was like, great, I was already paying that, and you're just giving me 4 times more of the storage. I'll take it. So no complaints on my end on that part.
So what do you do? Do you kind of go through the programming and look ahead a day or two and say, download that, and it automatically does it for you?
You can, well, it's just like your DVR with satellites. You can find your shows and say record all episodes or just new episodes, or you can just do a one-time recording if it's a movie or something like that. And and you can actually click protect on that item after it's been recorded, and it'll just save it forever. Because if you don't, when your DVR gets full, what it'll do is it'll go back to the archives and find the oldest episode of the oldest thing you recorded, whether it's a TV show, movie, whatever the oldest thing is, start deleting those automatically to get the space available. But if you put that show or movie on protect mode, it won't delete it from your DVR.
Yeah.
It's crazy how it mimics the satellite providers, which I guess DVR is a pretty simple function, technology, whatever.
Right.
But
well, they're owned by Dish, so
are they really?
Yes. Yeah. See,
we talked about that too.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that. So and it's funny when people cancel their satellite subscriptions with companies like Dish.
Oh yeah, I'm going to Sling TV.
Yeah, I'm going to show you. I'm going to Sling and
great. Let me put you on the line with the person next to me here. And,
yeah.
Sign you right up for Sling.
And of course, Dish is going to go, "Oh, we're broken hearted," and they're in the back room laughing, going, "Ha ha." But yeah, and it's available on mobile devices. It's on TV, Roku, smart TVs. It is very hard to not find a platform that Sling is available on.
Yeah. Well, smart of Dish to not be a dinosaur and refuse to go with the times and not embrace streaming and think that it was satellite versus streaming, that they had to
jump on
the ground and fight this or something.
Right.
They went with the times.
Right. And Sling actually now, when the pandemic started, they actually have some free content, so you can actually download the Sling app, and there are some free channels on there, not very many. So you can download those and watch just some of the free content they offer too. Like I said, it's very limited and it's okay, but it's for free. But if you want anything that you're used to your cable package, you have to get their paid service.
Well, what are your thoughts, Joe? I mean, you're a subscriber, so and I knowing you as well as I do, you wouldn't continue to subscribe if it was trash.
Right. So you guys ready for the pros and cons?
Yes.
Okay.
Quick question: have you tried any other services and compared, or is
yes,
pretty much always been with Sling?
Well, I have been with Sling, but I've tested some other services out for family members and stuff like that. And for me, Sling.
Guinea pigs?
Yes. For me, Sling has worked out better for me and my family as far as our TV watching habits. But my grandparents, they used Hulu because they needed the locals, and Sling doesn't offer that. All right. So pros, the price, starting at $35 a month for TV. That's not bad. It's right there, almost in line with what the cable and satellite people offer. But the bad part about those are, if you read the fine print on a lot of these cable and satellite offerings, it's $35 a month for 12 months, but they lock you in for a 2-year contract. So it's $35 for the first year, then it's $45 the second year. And another pro is no contract. You can sign up for the service today, hate it, and shut it off tomorrow, no questions asked. So you're not locked into a 2-year deal like with the cable and satellite guys.
Right.
The DVR or the DVR capability, like I said, they just recently changed where if you're a basic subscriber, you get 50 hours for free, or you can pay an extra $5 a month and get 4 times the storage. That's great. The device availability, like I said, they have the list online. They're available on Chromecast, PCs, Android, iOS, Roku, Amazon. I mean, the Xbox, Samsung, just they're almost everywhere. And no contract. That's another huge pro. Of again, sign up today, turn it off tomorrow.
Yeah. It's surprising since they're owned by Dish, but I mean, again, like you said, they're capturing different audiences.
Well, and everybody else...
And they're going to capture them either way.
Right, and as far as the contract goes, that's what all the other guys are doing, so it's kind of really hard for one of them to be bold and say, oh no, we will make you sign a deal.
We'll help you out with a contract.
Yeah, we'll lock you in for a year.
Yeah, I wonder if Dish still does that 35 1 year, 45 the next.
Oh, they do, yeah.
Wow.
I know they do because when my grandparents went over to Hulu, it wasn't 3 weeks later. They just happened to get one of those little flyers in the mail. And, well, we want to go back to Dish. Look, Dish is going to be way cheaper than what we're paying for Hulu. And it was like $35, $40. They said, well, look, we're going to save money. And I read the fine print. It's like, no, look. Right here, yeah, you're getting $40 for the first year. And then the second year jumps up to $65.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you're not going to save any money because you're paying $55 now. So that second year, you're going to pay $10 more than what you're paying right now. So that's what you have to watch out for. Is just those little gotchas that the cable and satellite guys like to throw at you.
Mm-hmm.
So the cons, I have two cons. One small one, one little annoying.
Yeah.
So the first con is no locals. YouTube TV and Hulu TV, you can actually, when you subscribe, that part of their cable package is in most areas you get your local affiliates.
Right.
Sling, on the other hand, does not offer that, but what they do offer is a little device called Air TV, and if you sign up and agree to pay 2 months ahead, they'll send you the Air TV for free, or they're usually run some kind of promotion where you get the Air TV free. And what they want you to do is plug in your actual physical TV antenna to it, and it'll just load itself into your Sling lineup. So if you can't get Sling or channels off of your antenna based on where you're at,
right,
it's useless.
Huh.
So that's kind of a con. I mean, it's not a... What I would like to see Sling do is maybe make that one... If they want to keep the price low like they are, add... Because I know that they did it for years with Dish. If you wanted your locals, you paid an extra $5 a month for your locals.
Right.
Make that an option. I don't see any issue with that, because I mean, you're not forcing down people's throats. You're not asking the price to go up, but you're saying, hey, we offer your locals. If you want them, it's an extra $5 a month. You do it with all these other channels. Why can't you do that?
Right.
And the locals, are we talking, like, is it WSAZ?
Yeah.
Is that the
Yeah, your
main
local
one?
NBC, ABC, Fox, CBS affiliates, yes.
Yeah, in a way, I mean, it seems like you should definitely have that option for people. People want to know what's going on in their community, and
Right.
not have everything just be national news
yeah.
and stuff that's not...
I know my mom likes to watch the local stuff, so
Right.
that's a big issue for her when looking at what kind of service to get for TV.
Right, yeah, because that was my grandparents' biggest issue, is they didn't get their local channels for their local programs, and it boiled down to Sling was not an option, because I even went on there, I spent a Saturday on their roof trying to get an antenna to work, and it just would not work. So it's like, well, antenna's out, Sling's out, next.
Yeah.
The next con I have a little complaint about. And it's not so much, well, it's kind of Sling's fault, but it's more Frontier's fault, so get ready, boys. It's going to be a wild ride.
Oh, boy.
When I first signed up for Sling, it worked out great on our horrible Frontier service, and yes, I will not stand down on that. Frontier service is horrible. If you don't believe me, I will send you the speed test results.
Yeah.
And somehow it worked out great. And inside the Sling app, there's actually what they call bandwidth control, where you can actually go through there and say, okay, only play it at most at this bandwidth speed. And I cranked it down to its lowest setting, and it worked fine. Somewhere along the line, Sling upgraded their software and stuff, ran updates, and it's never been the same since. I still have those same settings on there, but it does not run half as smooth on Frontier internet as it did before. So that's kind of a pain on my end, but I can't.
Are the menus kind of sluggish?
Well,
or it takes a while to stream and stuff?
Well, you get a lot of buffering, more buffering than before, and it's one of those issues. I can't put the whole blame on Sling, because Sling's got to do what Sling's got to do. I know the issues with Frontier, So it's kind of a minor annoyance that you give me this bandwidth limiting feature, but yet I know for a fact that I'm not seeing the results as I was before. So that's kind of an annoyance. Not a deal breaker, but just something to be aware of. Try it out before you lock down in to anything. But if you have good internet service, even if it is Frontier, then you more likely won't have issues.
Even if.
Yeah, even if. But overall, like Dave kind of preluded to, I've had Sling for several years, so the service must be semi-good.
Yeah, because I know you're a tough critic, as you know, you're in the IT business, so that's part of your deal is to, evaluate, judge, and share that information on this show, which is nice. All right, you got a rating for us?
Yes, I do.
5-star rating system for Joe?
Yes, and I'm going to give Sling TV a solid 4 stars.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I knew it.
Called it.
Yeah.
Yeah. My biggest issue is the no locals. The bandwidth issues I can look over because it's not fully Sling's fault. But the no locals option, or the only option of using an antenna, that's kind of a stickler for me.
Yeah, that makes it tough. Okay. Well, I mean, 4 stars still, and like I said, you're a tough critic because you're in the business,
right?
And you've had it for a while, so that says a lot.
Yes.
Okay.
So when you're saying the issue kind of popped up or something changed and it hasn't been right since, how long ago is that, and how long have you been?
That's been probably 2 years.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. Yeah. So it got to the point where if Cena and I wanted to watch anything on Sling, we just fire up our hotspots and move it over to that long enough to watch whatever, and then kick it off. And again, it's not Sling's fault that Frontier service is horrible.
Yeah. Okay.
You hear that, Frontier? If you would love to hear me talk better about you, do something. And I'm not talking about, and I'm not bad-mouthing the local technicians. They're playing the cards they're dealt.
I was gonna say, they can only work with what they got.
Right.
Frontier was supposed to upgrade all of West Virginia.
Yeah.
As a corporation, and they didn't.
Right. Yeah, and that's the thing. I want to make it clear that I'm not talking about these local technicians, because that's what a lot of people do. Is a lot of people just let the local technicians have with both barrels, and it's like, they're playing the cards they're dealt.
Yeah, they're just doing their job, which I know sounds cheesy, but they can't replace fiber optic. They can't. That's a corporative.
Yeah. There's somebody higher up that's making these decisions.
Yep. So interesting stuff. Okay. Well, Joe, if anybody had any questions, wanted to ask you about your extensive experience with Sling TV, or want to watch the HBO Max on Snapchat, and they're over the age of 12 and they don't have Snapchat, then how do they get a hold of you or Cena?
You give us a call at our office at 304-927-3588. Check out our website at amdigitaltechnologies.com, or follow us on social media at AM Digital Tech. We're on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast Help Desk with Joe and Dave. We're on all the major podcast platforms. All episodes are hosted by Anchor.fm.
Nice. All right. And as usual, I can't encourage everyone enough. Support your local businesses. Joe and Cena have been here for a while now in our local community and have done work here locally for our community and with our community, along with regionally, statewide, and a little bit of out-of-region work here in some sense.
Yeah.
So you guys have stayed really busy and do an outstanding job. So if you're not in the know, our Patch Turned Up and all our patch programs are supported and hosted by A&M Digital Technology. So get a hold of Joe and Cena with any of your questions. Try to buy some stuff from the local business and support these local businesses. Very important in our small communities and keeping all the wheels going in the right direction most of the time. Sometimes. Depends on how much havoc we can wreak. How challenging we can make your day, Joe.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this is show number 71. We're just clicking these off. And we've been pretty consistent through the COVID-19 issues here in the last year and a half.
Yeah. And
I like it.
And I had to say, I'm one of the things I'm happy about, that we was able to overcome COVID-19 as far as we didn't miss a show.
Yeah. Well, you're a savvy technician.
Oh, I'm just lucky.
And able to be flexible and adjustable and make our stuff work. So that's handy to have.
Well, and it's not just me, Dave. I mean, you guys on your end, you guys had to have the equipment and ability for me to make my job easier to make it happen. So I mean, this was a team effort. This wasn't.
I gotta say, I'm pretty sure it's the first time you've ever said I've made your job easier. Usually it's the other way around. Like, Dave, you're killing me.
Hey, I'm throwing you out a compliment, Dave. Take it.
I will. I am taking it, and that's why I wanted to make sure it was highlighted. But
okay.
Pretty sure that's my first technologically solid compliment, or first compliment I've had about my usage of technology. By golly, bam!
There you go.
All right, gold star for me. That's the only one I've ever had. Probably the only one I'll ever get. Anyway, all right. Well, help desk with Joe and myself here, Joe and Justin in the Patch Studio in Spencer, West Virginia. We got show 71 in the books, and we'll be back next week with more entertaining stuff and news and updates from the technology world, keeping everybody safe, helping everybody out, and of course, focus on that two-factor authentication
and backups.
And if you have any questions, get a hold of Joe and Cena at A&M Digital Technology. They power all our stuff here at Patch. So for this week, we're out of here. Gentlemen, thank you so much.
Thank you.